5 platforms. Awesome. All right, welcome. I'm so excited to be here. I appreciate you very much. When I found out last week that my book was accepted to Audible, I honestly is such a big accomplishment because I didn't think it was going to happen. It took 4 tries, four whole tries, and it happened. So given that we're going through a crisis right now, globally we are going through something. This hasn't happened since 1918. This is really, really big. And I firmly believe that we can live our best life right here, right now, despite what's going on. So I want to read my book, and I want to read it from the lens of applying live your best life principles even during crisis. So I'm going to read the book today. I'm going to be here all day. At any time, please come say hi, share the video out. My book is now available on Audible, so it's available everywhere books are sold. You usually have to order it if you're at a physical store, but it's available audio, paperback, and now, paperback, ebook, and now audio. So I'm going to post a link for in case you want it. All right, perfect. And then on Instagram, hi Teresa, nice to see you. On Instagram, if you look at the link on my bio, you can click on it. Okay, so before I start, I just want to say a quick prayer. I pray that whoever is meant to see this today will tune in. I pray to serve those in need. I pray to translate my book, Live Your Best Life, in a way that will support anyone who tunes in during this crisis. I pray to serve at my highest capacity today. Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me do that. I'm really excited. So here we go. Live Your Best Life, now available as an audiobook too, which is really exciting. Live Your Best Life, a practical guide. All right, here we go. So dedication. I dedicate this book to my beloved God. I am so grateful you made yourself known to me from my first memories. Thank you, God, for always instilling in me a deep yearning for knowing you and serving you. I am so grateful for your constant presence in my life. Every time life has brought me to my knees, you have shown me over and over that I am not alone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also dedicate this book to my husband, Fabian, and my 3 boys, Fabian, Alejandro, and Leo. Thank you for supporting me and allowing me the space to write and create. God bless the 4 of you. So welcome, here we go. This is so exciting. Okay, introduction. A few years ago, while driving to a presentation I was giving, I was thinking about my future audience and setting my intentions. My greatest intention was to inspire wellness and, even more importantly, inspire my audience to live their best life. The second part of my intention sparked a question within me. How did I intend to inspire people to live their best life? Up until this moment, my talks had always been about eating the best foods, preventing disease, reducing stress, getting organized, time management, but never, ever, ever had I given a talk that addressed the totality of living my best life. At this moment, I realized that while I liked inspiring wellness, what I wanted more than anything was to inspire people to create their own best life. So a little side note, this was for the Border Patrol. They asked me to give a talk. I was the keynote speaker for the Border Patrol to honor women's, not women's history, the International Day of Women. So I assumed that I would be talking to women, but when I got there, there was a room full of young men and like half a handful of women. And these were young cadets getting ready to get started in their Border Patrol life. And then there were Border Patrol agents behind them. And as I mentioned, most of them were very stoic men. And I thought, Lord have mercy, I just promised myself I'd give a talk from my heart. And I thought it was such a woo-woo talk, like how to live your best life for a room full of Border Patrol men. But like with everything else, when I feel called to do something, it's not for me to judge the inspiration. So I gave this talk, and when I was done, several of the participants suggested that I write a book, which I thought was nuts. But a book was born. You know, when you feel it in your heart that something is meant to be, that's how I felt. I felt it in my heart that I was supposed to write this book, even though I had never written a book. I just trusted it would happen. So a book was born. After my talk in the confines of my car, I decided I wanted to share with my community my version of how to live your best life. I'm so thrilled to be sharing with you what I have learned over the past 40 years about living your best life. I am also really blessed to be sharing this with you today because right now we're living through challenging times, and I know with every ounce of my being that you can still live your best life. It's a philosophy. These are principles that can be applied even during crisis. I've been so grateful and honored to be witness to countless healing successes with my patients, clients, students, family, friends, and strangers. And as time passes, I have learned and observed that people who are living their best life always share 5 things in common. Are you ready? The 5 things are taking complete and radical responsibility, getting organized, taking care of your body, your mind, body, and spirit, embracing your whole self, embracing who you are completely, and inspiration. So my prayer for you, I pray this book inspires you to live your best life because you're incredible. You're an incredible, beautiful person, and you deserve to live your best life no matter what is happening. I pray you will know, love, and trust yourself so much that you choose to act. I pray you choose meaningful actions that lead you to live your best life. Hi, Joy. Thank you for joining. Good morning. Thank you. So how to use this guide? You use this guide in the very practical sense that you apply these principles daily, no matter what is going on. Good morning, Donna. So beautiful to see you. Thank you for being here. I am blessed today. I'm blessed to be reading my book on 5 different platforms, so that's exciting. You can all do me a huge favor. Please share this out. Someone might need to hear it. Someone may need to hear that you can still live your best life in a crisis. My book's now available on as an audiobook, so that's really, really exciting. So I encourage you to listen today whenever you can. I'm going to be here all day. So tune in whenever you can. Every chapter has practical advice and a prayer, and I'll be sharing all of those today with you. So one of the things that I say a lot, hi Marta, so nice to see you. Thank you, Donna, for that affirmation. I appreciate it. One of the things I say over and over in the book that I want to explain to you, make sure you know, is place your hand on your heart. I share that with you because placing your hand on your heart does several things. It helps you to focus on, Marcos, I'm going to have Fabian send it to you because I believe in your work. And you're such a beautiful person, always helping people. let Fabian know what your address is and I'll send it to you. Okay. So a young man that I really admire named Marcos, who makes music and mentors other music makers, is watching on Instagram. So I wanted to send him a message. So placing your hand on your heart helps you to focus inward, because if you get nothing else today, may it be that you are the expert of you. You, my beautiful friend, are the expert of you. A lot of our suffering happens because we want to find answers outside. We want to find answers from experts. Experts have great information, but never do they know more about you than you do. So placing your hand on your heart helps you to focus inward so you can tune in to the inner genius inside of you, which is actually going to be my second book. It should, God willing, be coming out before Christmas. So welcome. Okay, my prayer for you. Are you ready? We're going to have lots of prayers today. My prayer for you, I pray that placing your hand on your heart helps you to know yourself further and helps you to begin to trust in your inner knowledge. You are an amazing, beautiful, intelligent being. The answers lie inside of you. I promise they are there. The time for knowing is now. Place your hand on your heart and find solace in this act. Find peace in this act. Surrender to your higher being and live from this place. Come to this place often until you decide never ever to leave. Happiness and greatness awaits you. I promise. Okay, part one. This is so exciting. Let me get a little sip of my coffee. If you haven't shared this out, please share this out because someone probably needs to hear this. And I want to be there for as many people as I can. So please share this video out. And thank you all for your comments. I'm so grateful you're here. Okay, part one. All right, everyone. If nothing else, if you do nothing else, please do the critical choice number one, especially right now when we're in crisis. Now, more than ever. Thank you, honey. My son is checking in that sound is okay. He's such a beautiful young man, my Fabian. I'm just feeling so grateful. I have to tell you, I'm very, very grateful. My children helped me set up this morning. My husband helped me. I feel like they just lift me up and I'm grateful, grateful. So taking responsibility now more than ever. We're in a crisis and it's really easy to start pointing fingers. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. When that leads to feeling panic. So now more than ever, we need to take responsibility for that which we can control. The only thing we can control in this beautiful life is ourselves, what we think and how we respond. So please, please, please hear this. Hi, Sarah. Thank you. Welcome. Sarah owns an amazing bookstore, and her seeing that now I've been published on Audible is a huge, huge win. Hi, Sarah. All right. Part one. Let's go, because we're going to be here all day and I keep talking. Choose to take responsibility. The happiest people in the world are those who feel absolutely terrific about themselves. And this is the natural outgrowth of accepting total responsibility for every part of your life. Did you hear that? Every part of your life. So let me define responsible: answerable or accountable, as for something within one's power, control, or management. There are three types of people in this world, my friend. People who take responsibility of the current condition of their life. This is group number one. Group number two, people who want to take responsibility. All right, they want to, but they're not always doing it. And then there's a third group, people who blame others for their current state of affairs. So I have good news and bad news. If you are not part of the first two groups I named, one, if you don't take active responsibility, or if you don't want to take active responsibility, you cannot live your best life. I just have never seen it happen. If you identify with number 3, if you blame other people for your state of affairs, it is never too late to consider a different thought process. Never, ever, ever. May today be the day that we own responsibility for everything. Choosing to take responsibility for your life can be really scary and super rewarding. I remember that in my teenage years, my father said, because I was blaming everyone for everything under the sun, and my father said, mijita, which means my daughter in Spanish. Everything is your fault. I still remember when he said that. I wanted to go like this to my dad. I mean, I could never do that, right? But I wanted to, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all when he said everything's my fault. But then he said, calma, calm, hear me out, right? And he said, if you continue to blame others, then there's no possibility for change, none. At the time when and then he also said, if you continue to blame others, there's no possibility for change. But if it's your fault, if you own responsibility, you can change your circumstances. I didn't like when he said this to me. I thought it was unfair, which is such a teenager thing, right? But it has stuck with me. And as I've progressed, it has helped me to truly live my best life. The more I own my responsibility and assume that everything that I see in front of me, everything I think, do, and say is a result of me, then I can change anything I don't like. Anything. If I don't like how I view something, I can change it. If I don't like how someone makes me feel, I can go to a different room. I can get a different friend, right? So choosing to take responsibility is a moment-to-moment decision. It never, ever goes away. And during this crisis, it's really important to be asking, how can I take responsibility right now with what's happening?